An Iran-linked hacker group has issued a fresh warning to the United States, threatening a severe response if tensions continue to escalate. The message ended with a chilling phrase, "Welcome to hell." The group known as Handala warned that any new strike on Iran could trigger what it described as a harsh and decisive response against American interests. Handala, which previously sent threatening messages to U.S. service members in the Middle East, now claims that missiles are ready and warned Washington against further action. After claiming multiple cyber operations and data leaks, Handala has moved beyond the digital battlefield, issuing direct threats against U.S. military personnel and assets. An Iran-linked hacker group has issued a new warning to the United States and its allies as regional tensions continue to rise. The group warned that any fresh military action against Iran would be met with what it described as a strong and decisive response. Handala claimed that missiles were ready to launch and cautioned Washington against taking any step that could further escalate the conflict. In one of its most provocative messages yet, the group directly addressed U.S. Marines, urging them to contact their families and prepare for what it called a bitter response. Handala hacking group said, and I quote, "We advise U.S. Marines to contact their families right now and say their goodbyes. The missiles are ready to launch, and Handala is awaiting a blunder on your part. The strikes in the coming hours will be bitter," unquote. The statement concluded with a stark warning directed at Iran's adversaries, ending with the words, "Welcome to hell." The threat comes as the confrontation between Washington and Tehran increasingly spans military, diplomatic, and cyber fronts. Handala has previously claimed involvement in cyber operations targeting American and Israeli institutions and interests. In recent months, the group has repeatedly threatened U.S. military personnel stationed across the Middle East. The hacker group recently claimed it had obtained sensitive information related to U.S. officers and military facilities throughout the region. Iran-linked Handala Group claimed it supplied targeting data to IRGC missile and drone units, portraying itself as a key intelligence feeder for recent strikes. According to Tasneem News, the hackers said their database contained up-to-date intelligence on U.S. military bases, suggesting a structured repository of surveillance and location data. Handala further claimed that all designated U.S. military targets selected using this information were successfully hit, framing the operation as proof of their effectiveness. The hacktivist group is widely reported to have links with Iranian state intelligence, blurring the line between independent cyber actors and official security apparatus. It has also allegedly conducted multiple high-profile cyber attacks against U.S. and Israeli networks, building a track record of operations aligned with Iran's regional adversaries. In May, U.S. officials suspected that Iran-linked hackers breached fuel monitoring systems, highlighting growing concerns that critical infrastructure is increasingly vulnerable to such cyber operations. CNN reports the cyber attack focused on automatic tank gauge (ATG) systems that track fuel levels at pumps and storage tanks, a vital layer of station safety and inventory control. Investigators say hackers exploited ATG systems left exposed online without password protection across multiple U.S. states, opening easy entry points for malicious access. In some incidents, attackers manipulated display readings shown to staff and customers, though officials say those changes did not affect the actual physical volume of fuel in tanks. According to officials cited by CNN, no physical damage or reported spills have been confirmed so far, but assessments remain ongoing as the probe continues. Authorities warn the breach creates serious safety risks because compromised ATG access could allow real leaks or malfunctions to go undetected by frontline operators. The alleged hack occurred as crude oil prices continued rising amid a major shutdown of Strait of Hormuz traffic, adding another dimension to the energy security worry. Sources briefed on the investigation say Iran is a principal suspect given Tehran's history of targeting similar industrial control systems and infrastructure abroad. If formally attributed to Tehran, the incident would represent another case in which Iranian-linked actors targeted U.S. critical infrastructure with disruptive cyber campaigns. Cybersecurity specialists note ATG systems have been a known vulnerability for years, often left with default settings or weak protections that invite exploitation. A 2015 Trend Micro test found pro-Iran hackers were quick to discover and target exposed fuel monitoring systems, highlighting a long-standing risk vector. Iran-linked groups have previously targeted U.S. water utilities following the October 7 attacks, demonstrating a pattern of strikes on civilian infrastructure. Officials say that since US and Israeli strikes earlier this year, Tehran cyber operations have accelerated in tempo and scope across multiple sectors. Since February, investigators report Tehran-linked actors have targeted oil, gas, water, and even medical supply chain systems, broadening the range of critical nodes under threat. Experts warn Iran is deploying faster, more aggressive, and in some cases AI-assisted cyber tactics to probe and exploit weaknesses in Western networks. Part of the strategy appears to involve hack-and-leak campaigns, with groups such as Handala using social media to amplify stolen material and sow disruption. US officials also caution about the risk of Iranian interference in upcoming elections, noting cyber and influence operations can be used to erode public confidence. Past incidents cited by authorities include alleged voter-targeted intimidation and information operations around the 2020 US election, forming part of the broader concern.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.